An exhausting celebration completed, a crowd won over through words and glances and half-spoken truths about receiving guidance and aid. A party had, and a book gathered from the restricted section of the library. Having a night of revelry of you and a friend sitting in a house, eating snacks, reading a book and talking. You're not interrupted that night should you go to bed. You seem to have met your end of the bargain, and Record has got the message about your interaction. He also, I think you would know him well enough to know, gets a bit of enjoyment out of the fact that you think it's worse when he's not actively engaged, and so is giving you a bit of space. What does Odette do? She now has the world before her and everything she might need to take on the tower.
Odette will allow herself the enjoyment of the end of the night, and then as the night progresses and she's alone in the room, she has that sinking feeling set in again of this curse as we're getting closer and closer to going back to the tower and to this confrontation with support, where there is a high likelihood of dying if she had that ability, or in this current state, something far, far worse and far, far more complex. And she has just this deep, gripping fear of going into the tower in that condition and knowing how a deity can take advantage of that for the worse. And she's going to call upon her goddess. She's going to call upon Want and see if she answers. And with it, I think she's holding, because she knows she hurt Want's feelings, but honestly, I think it was a little appropriate at the time, by not having as much desire at the time to help summon her, is holding the other notebooks that she did keep, that she had written other people's stories in, because that is the basis of where her desire comes from, and her want for the people of the tower, and her want to tell stories. And it includes the stories that she regrets, such as Parishes. And she's holding them while she is calling for Want.
In a moment of what can only be called desperation, the second you start calling for Want, she is there. As somebody who's never been wanted in their existence, is hoped for, and doesn't know how to play it cool, the second you lay out the books and ask for Want to appear, the sentence isn't done. The ink on it not yet dried in Odette's story, and she is sitting wherever you have called her to.
I think they're sitting side by side at the edge of the bed. A quite casual spot for a meeting. Oh, hello. Thank you.
I didn't have anything going on, and you seem to want to talk.
Yes, I did. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not entirely sure I believe that, but...
Hey, what do you want me to say? I'm not the goddess of happiness. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not crying anymore. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I was the cause of that. I should not have been so harsh.
No, I get it. You were, you weren't really yourself. But also, you kind of, I could feel in the moment that your desire had changed, and that kind of hurts a person a lot, and you feel more like you now. So I hope you've kind of figured yourself out a little bit.
I am doing my best to. But it's not effortless
No,
like it used
nothing
to be.
is effortless.
I need your help. Desperately.
Yeah. You need us to tell people something? Or you need people to want something?
I want something.
Okay.
With what happened to Parrish, I have been cursed.
Yeah.
Yes.
You kind of have an aura about you that says, I'm cursed. Gods can see it. Okay. Go on.
I do not want to go to the tower and do this confrontation with it still on me. But if it's an attempt to break it, then all it will do is expedite it.
Mhm.
I need help to see if there's any way to just remove it instead of break the terms.
No. There's no way to just remove a curse. They're kind of meant to, be divine punishment. I've never cursed anyone before, but if I did, I think it would take a lot of power to remove something like that. Or me to forgive you, but I don't think you can. I don't think Parrish is gonna have the ability to forgive you,
Yeah. I don't think so.
But maybe we could try swapping it for like a different curse. Like maybe I can like curse you with a counter curse, and then if you die and get hit by all of that, then you'll be cursed again to have it not do that, maybe.
Okay, so instead it would be not counter cursed, doubly cursed to might not let that happen.
I guess it would depend on like which one went off first.
Okay. Can I lend you any power to help not curse? I don't want that. I don't want a second curse. That doesn't sound good.
Okay.
Anything to help with this?
I mean, is there anything, like if we want to try and use my purview for it, is there anything in the world you want more than to not be cursed?
Well, I mean, I want to save the people of the tower.
Okay. And then that's the problem, is that I help people get the thing they want most. And if the thing that you want most is to save the tower, you'd have to give up that want to want the curse to be broken for me to act upon it.
Okay, so we can logic our way out of this one. How about that? I cannot save the people of the tower until this curse is broken. Therefore, this curse has to be top priority.
That's your thought. Death told me about their plan to help you after, and I think they had a really good point. But also, I don't want you to be limbs either.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. But it also, just because you're limbs doesn't mean that you can't succeed.
Yes, it does. I cannot defeat a deity with that. That does not work. As although there is divinity within me, there's also a lot of mortality within me, and that would not allow me to do what I need to do. And would just leave me worse off than just dying.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. But I don't know if just because it's logical doesn't mean it's right. But I guess the other option is if you had something you wanted to give up in hopes that it was a powerful enough tool or relic to offset the cost. Or if you had something that you could, like, use to absorb the curse when it hit you.
I think the only thing I have that could absorb the curse is something I do not want to use for selfish reasons. That does not sound right. But
yeah, see, you're putting more wants over breaking the curse, which is kind of counterintuitive to our goal.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm not a helpful god.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that. You said that. And I don't agree.
I'm glad you don't agree.
I want you to not think that. That's not... Everyone has wants. It's important.
Yeah, it's just also like desire and unrequited love. Like
everyone has that too. It's not a very nice world.
I know. Okay, so what is the thing you have?
I have a piece of the river, but that I have a feeling is going to very much be either needed or something that can help for a better future in general. Mechanical question, GM. If I wanted to manifest a miracle and sacrifice a power for this with the assistance of want, would that work in the sense of how I'm framing it? Hers lending her some of my divinity, but it would be erasing a power from my sheet, of which I only have 2 powers.
That's a very interesting question.
I want to make a bargain. I want to make a deal with you.
Because I would say yes. However, I know the 2 powers you have. And I don't know if sacrificing Parish's power will break Parish's curse.
Why not? 2 negatives equal a positive.
Yes, except in this case, it's like that bit of the only good thing you have holding on to from is whatever you can do with his power of decay. And I guess it would depend on what miracle you're trying to manifest, because the miracles are meant to be within the purview of the power you're destroying.
If I'm wanting to, like, almost purge myself of everything that Parish has left behind, good and bad.
Yeah, I could see it working. I could see it being an option. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to try and go about, you can do it that way.
I think I would like to try that, if
Okay.
possible.
Yes.
I'll bring that up in a way that makes sense to the narrative.
I also, would you feel like, would you do a roll about it? Because this is a strange thing.
It is a weird thing. I would be down to do a roll.
Okay.
For sure.
Then let's do a roll about it, and we'll say it'll just be a flat 2d6 on a 7 to 9 complete success.
Okay.
On a 10 or higher, it doesn't work, but you maintain that bit of perish that you have. You maintain their ability over decay.
Okay.
On a 6 or lower, part of the curse activates as you are going into it. Not the full thing, but your desire to engage with the power that is neither of yours to manifest. Does that feel fair? I don't want it to feel unfair.
Yeah, that feels fair.
Okay. Then
But I hate it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you as the player are like, yes, this feels like a fair compromise.
There's a 50% chance this sucks.
True.
I do feel like there is more within me. I don't know how to explain it. There is more within me from Perish that I can wield instead of be stuck with. And if I'm able to just get rid of all of it, if that would work, even the beneficial parts of it.
I'm gonna support you either way. You said we should logic our way through this, and I understand the logic. You want to decay the thing that's decaying you, and that makes sense. You also, if we look at the first time you tried to use Wynn's ability, aren't historically great in manifesting use on your first go.
So that's
but
where you come.
Yep, and I am gonna support you in this, and I know you really want this.
Yes.
And so I'll handle the divine stuff.
Okay.
If anything goes wrong, I'll try to prevent as much as I can.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to maybe not be in like your bedroom for this?
Why?
It just doesn't feel like I thought this was like a moment of like grandiose importance, and this just kind of feels like we're hanging out. But hey, that's okay. We can be in your bedroom.
I just, like, if we went to the amphitheater or something, I feel like someone could see it, and that just feels weird.
Okay, no, that's so fair.
And
I just wouldn't do divine magic in my bedroom, but that's okay that you are.
Thank you. That means a lot. I'm gonna roll for it now.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 7.
Okay. Nice. Then I think as it goes off, it is not a comfortable thing.
No.
In any spot. You feel yourself tapping into decay, the power of it, as you try to manifest a miracle of destruction on yourself. And you feel your mind splitting in half as part of it is feeling itself being eaten away, and part of it is feeling what the curse would feel like if fully unleashed, but the other half is controlling that and going through with almost a surgical knife, cutting out the rot that has ingrained itself so deeply into who you are. And then there's a strange surge of power as you feel how easy it is to just remove things, and you can feel that rot and decay's mind of Perish coming, feeling you betraying his last words. And Want does what they promised as they maintain a divine circle, preventing anything from getting too close to you. And it's probably a good 20 minutes of agony as your body is literally trying to fight itself and eject the only thing that saved you in the first place, which is a bit of divine origin. And after a while, it doesn't feel good. And it doesn't necessarily feel like you're in a better spot than when you went into it. But Want rests her hand on your shoulder and says, whatever that was, you don't have your curse aura anymore. But I'm still not convinced it was the best choice.
She just almost like slumps forward and then realizes that's the bad trajectory and goes backwards towards the bed and is just laying back, trying to catch her breath. I think she's just beaded with sweat, absolutely beyond her capabilities at this point.
Do you rest your hand to your head?
Yes.
You feel the almost like, not skeletal, but incorporeal ghostliness of that hand. And you see with the curse removed, it seems to have advanced a little bit. As though the amount of time you spent with death is no longer being rejected from your body. And you just see a bit more, almost to like the second knuckle of your fingers, as it's slowly catching up. But you have manifested a miracle and can remove both curse and gift of decay from your character sheet.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how close that was.
Yeah,
It's like,
is wild.
I was like, what's 5 + 2? 6. No, wait. Wait a minute.
But you did it. And that's good.
Yeah, thank
And now we can focus on the thing you really want. Which is saving everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much.
Have you thought about how you're gonna, get them off?
Yes, oh my gosh, I don't know if now's a good time for that.
Oh, okay. I kind of thought that you called me in as like I'm setting off tomorrow sort of thing.
Oh, no. I mean, like, absolutely, I will tell you.
Okay.
I just don't know if I'm in a very good state to, have another conversation with an unknown deity. I need to talk to...
I didn't realize I was unknown.
I was not talking about you.
Oh. Okay.
I need to talk. I meant meet another new deity, as every single one I've met so far has been new to me. I need to speak to Haven and see if Haven would allow a large amount of people to declare themselves as lost and be able to be in Haven and then end up not in the tower when they are done with Haven.
That's a pretty big ask.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is most likely the only option for the people in the tower, though, because unless I can fly them down one at a time, which I cannot.
You can't. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same. I was like, if I need to point that out, you're a lot more lost than I thought. So I'm glad we at least both understand that.
Yeah, no. Then the only other thing would to somehow, well, there's two, pour through this book and see if there's any way out of the tower through the building itself. Meanwhile, that building will probably be actively collapsing and keeping this from happening, so not good.
Mhm.
Or we could... And this won't work either because it will take so long that the tower would collapse by then, on a day that support isn't aware of what's going on, and that's not going to happen, is creating some sort of way to get them down with feats of engineering, which frankly we do not have the time for at all.
No.
So it has to be Haven.
Yeah. That's fair.
I
It'd be
will-
really easy if the god of architecture was around. They could just make you a staircase.
He's dead too.
I don't know, actually. There's a couple of people that just like, Crest is around, but nobody talks to or sees Crest. Like, he's just hanging out. Like, the gods of, like, I mean, I think we had talked about this with you, but like the sun is still around, but it's the sun.
Yeah,
Like,
not
some
very
of them
accessible.
just were big enough concepts that they could exist even if they're not present, and the idea of putting one thing on top of another is pretty innate.
Was support always like this, in the sense of a cruel contract being made?
It's hard to know if anyone's ever really like anything, because like, if we look to you, were you the same person you were as a child?
No.
And is that because you've changed and had life experiences that adjusted that, or were you always gonna become this person, you just hadn't gotten there yet?
I'm gonna go with the first one.
But you can't prove it.
No, because I am but a mere mortal.
Yeah, and there's a lot of question about destiny and force and fate, but none of that's... I mean, we could ask Record, but I don't... Yeah, I didn't think you'd want to. But yeah, a lot of... Didn't... From what I remember, he wasn't always so forceful in how he navigated worship. It was only really when it became, for really all of us, is when it got to the concept of necessity of devotion. Some are easy. Wind doesn't need to be worshipped to be around. The wind exists. That's a fact no one can deny. Record is not needed, but easy to get, as people love to learn. People like support. It takes a lot of effort to be kind. It takes a lot of work for people to actively help others, and even if it's their own interest and their own, like, personality, to be caring and helping others. Most people are at their core self-serving. And so it's a question of, was he always going to do this? Or is it that when your purpose is to be supportive and caring, you need to be a little self-interested to keep that going? I don't know if anyone will ever give you a clear answer either way.
In your opinion, do you think that support is beyond saving? As in uncorrupting? Because his name can't even be read. It is so corrupted, it is.
I am aware that there are better gods out there to answer that question. And it is pretty hard to notice when the name is so corrupted to not acknowledge that. But I think the primal part inside me hopes that if I was ever changed from something like want and yearning and unrequited love to something like desperation or other forms of bad desire, someone would believe I could be redeemed.
I would still very much like to see if there is a way to redeem support. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, especially since Parish. I do not feel good about the way any of that went. I was so afraid, and it caused me to act rashly.
Yeah. Well, I follow your heart, I guess, when it's time, and if you think you can redeem. But I'd say if you even think for a second your life is in danger, you allowing yourself to be taken in the hope you can redeem somebody is kind of exactly what would aid belief in him.
Which we're not wanting to do at this current point.
Yeah, so do what you can.
I promise that I will at least try.
Okay. And are you planning to talk to Haven tomorrow?
My head hurts so bad.
It's probably going to do that for a while. You kind of did a lot of stuff at the same time. I'm not sure if that headache's ever really gonna go away. It'll lessen, I'm sure, but I don't know if it's gonna go away.
Is this gonna... Holding up the skeletal hand.
You gotta ask Death that one. I don't know how the planes work, but I know people aren't supposed to come back from his domain. And they're really nice and all, but they're pretty one-directional when they visit people.
No, I understand. Is it just keep progressing, or is that where it's at?
Probably gonna progress to the point that it's like if it had caught up with you in real time, but not further.
Okay. I don't know how far that will be.
I don't know either.
Figure that out.
You can still use it though, so that's cool. It's just like ghost hand, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so strange.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're not mad at me anymore, and that we could talk.
I was never mad at you.
Okay.
I want you to know that.
Okay.
That I was never mad at you. It's very hard to not feel anger towards every circumstance that has led to all the bad things that happen. And it takes a lot of effort to do that for me every day, and it always has. And I didn't have the energy to do that during our last conversation, and I'm sorry. You have been nothing but kind to me.
I hear you, and I appreciate what you've said, but I'm also really gonna internalize that every day you fight the anger at what happened to you, and that if I didn't save you, you would be dead on the ground. And so your primary source of resentment is the fact that I intervened, and I'm gonna go deal with that and realize that I have internalized it incorrectly and it's not what you mean.
Yes,
But
because
I'm
I was
very
also
glad
talking
that
about my
it's not what you
upbringing.
meant.
I was also talking about my upbringing at the tower.
Oh,
This
yeah, I
has
didn't
been,
get.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay, I'm
that's
gonna
not really
go.
a thing. Okay, well, have a good night. Thank you.
And she just wafts off.
Just, I genuinely think that's Odette's face is just like watching her waft off, like, oh, that. I really thought that'd go better. Like, I really thought the conversation.
For
would-
conversations with Want, it went great.
I know. I just feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But I know if she ever feels good, she'll stop existing or something. I don't know.
Anyway. What do you do with your night?
There's the part of her where she's like, I need to just get this done. I just need to get this part done too, so I can fully focus on what's coming next. So I think while still, like, laying down on the bed, like, has her hand, like, over her eyes, slides it down, and just prepping for the presence of another deity. Because it's been so many. And she just goes, I am lost.
Nothing happens.
Okay, well, that sucks. I declare that I'm lost. She, like, sits up, like, now that it's caught her attention that didn't work.
You would see, like, in the corner of the room, very shakily, like, a shadow extending, almost like trying to reach out to the bed.
Uh-huh.
And it, like, stops, but doesn't retreat if you head towards it.
Okay, good. I am going to head towards it because she's like, wait, I don't want it to go away. Wait.
Stepping onto and subsequently into the shadow, you fall for a brief second before you're standing right up, and you're in a garden of some kind. Not like Arya's Glade where there are fruit and stuff. This is just like stone paths, trees, grass, bushes, and like running water up against a waterfall in the back. Hi. Yes, it's quite difficult to bring you here when I know you're lying about being lost. I am happy you have finally reached out to me, but also you are quite literally at the most comfortable point you've ever been in your life, secure in your choices and in your friendship. I just need you to know I wasn't ignoring you.
No, I understand.
You weren't lost, but I understand you needed me, and I didn't know what to do in the moment.
I completely understand, and thank you for allowing me to be here despite not truly feeling it when I was saying it, because I do need to talk to you, and it's important.
Yes, I have been aware. I've asked you several times to come, and you keep rejecting my invitation.
Yes.
But I ask because you, on a cosmic level, call out at moments of great desperation. And whether or not you feel it in your soul, it calls to me when people are truly lost and not just laying in bed.
I understand.
Yeah, but if you walk with
Okay,
me.
all right.
This large figure, seemingly made of grass and trees themselves, as they walk, they adjust, and like the path clears out of their way. They seem to like change their appearance with each thing that they pass by. It's like if you walk past a tree, one of their arms looks like a branch, but as soon as the tree is no longer there, it just looks like swirling air around it. And they seem to be made up of the environment that they find themselves in.
That is so cool.
So you've come here to ask my aid, I imagine.
Yes. Your aid in taking in a substantial amount of people at once. I believe that the tower is going to fall.
If you act in your desire, quite probably, yes.
I do not want the people of the tower to fall with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would hope to do is show them the truth and give them a choice. And the choice would be to stay or declare that they are lost.
The Haven can stretch and accommodate as many are needed. It's entirely possible, but it would also then require you to convince them that they are truly lost and not scared or concerned, but past a point of accommodation in the spot that they currently find themselves. It would require a lot of faith on my end that you follow through with what you're hoping to do, as if you fall and support does not and the tower stays standing, or support does not fall and the tower falls with you, I will have committed an act directly against a large number of another god's following. There's also the question of willingness. If people choose to stay, I have no way to bring them here.
I know. And I'm afraid I cannot save them if they do not want to be saved.
And how confident and your resolute are you that you will succeed in what you set out to do?
It is everything I have worked towards since, well, I guess it's finding out the truth, because originally all I wanted to do was find the unnamed god and tell his story, which I guess I did get that in a twisted way, but it might be in vain. I am going to try to see if support can be uncorrupted. If that cannot happen, then I will move forward with what must be done.
And I love how poetically you answered the question. However, the question was, how confident are you that you can succeed in it? And I did not hear any answer to that question in your reply.
It's hard because as she goes to answer with something convincing in her head, is records taught and supports entrance, that horrifying chorus, and that helplessness she felt there. And she falters, but then she thinks about the destruction that she was able to cause on accident. And if she can focus that she should be able to do anything. As she just performed with the aid of want something incredibly difficult just minutes ago. I believe I can do it. I do. Not without difficulty, but I believe that I can do it. One way or the other. Whether it is through redeeming support or putting an end to all of it.
And putting an end to all of it, are you ready and prepared to put an end to yourself if that's what it takes?
If I must fall with the tower to save the people of it, I will.
Someone lacking in confidence could not provide that answer. Seems you are resolute in your decision, and seems you are aware of many factors that will go into it, and the potential consequences of your choices. If the moment arises that my support can be given, I will lend it in the way that is naturally asked for.
I do have a follow-up question just to make sure that all bases are covered.
Yes.
When people declare themselves lost and enter your haven, and then they leave, are they just exactly where they were? Because if the tower falls while they are in the haven, and they just show up directly where they were, they will all fall to their deaths.
It is not up to me where they go back to. Most people come to my home and leave changed in some way. They recover, they learn, they grow, and one who has grown is not likely to return to a place they've been. It's also not typical for one to come to my haven and leave shortly after. It will be up to them where they head to, and if you leave some message or guidance here, I can get it to them. It is not my place to tell them where to go. If they did return back, they would not return in the middle of the air. They would be at the safest location near the bottom, but if we look to the safest location near where Deer Parish fell, you made sure that the safest location isn't quite safe anymore. If they were to, say, arrive at the base of the tower 10 minutes after it started collapsing. They're safe there, but there's no guarantee a rock doesn't come tumbling down. I will again promise I will do as I see is within my ability. And I cannot tell them, but I can encourage they perhaps rest before heading out wherever they choose.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Would I be able to write something down and you present it to them? Or
If you write something down and leave it, people that need to find it will find it.
wonderful. Okay, that's all I ask. I will write down directions from the tower to home. And I'm going to do it from both routes of if they unfortunately fall on the side where aid will not be, how they need to get to home, and then the side where aid will be, they will most likely have guides, hopefully have guides, knock on wood, but still write the directions as well there. Whichever side it is, I will add in the stop to Arya's Glade. For that, I will ask that I will request that they are respectful there, but if they need to replenish on supplies, please do. That is a safe spot. And I think it's just a nice full detailed page that I will hand to Haven for them to do with what they need to for it to end up.
They won't take it. It's like you can leave it
Got it.
somewhere. Yeah. You can tell that they are very hands-off. They provide a location. They do not see it as their realm to do anything further.
Well, I will just set it at the base of a nearby tree. That way it contrasts with its surroundings more than just setting it right on the grass.
And, you, I imagine, could use some actual recovery.
I don't know how much time I have right now.
If you need, you can stay here a night or longer, but I imagine you'll heal better here than out there. I can make you aware of the passage of time if you would like.
Please do. That would help. Thank you. This is a beautiful place.
Try and keep it uncorrupted.
That's good. She just kind of looks around, taking it all in, because this place is absolutely beautiful, and this entity in front of her is also absolutely beautiful. Yes, I think I will rest here for the night.
I will take my leave of you, but I'm always around if you need it, and you can find me if you need. When you leave, picture where you want to go, and you'll go.
Thank you. And she just sort of sits back against the tree kind of next to her note. And we'll take in the beautiful scenery, hear the sounds of the waterfall, and let this very peaceful place lull her to sleep.
Nice. Yeah, you would wake up at a regular time. You can clear all your strain as staying in safe haven
Awesome.
is restorative. But as promised, when you wake up, they don't seem to be around anywhere. You watch them walk off into the forest last night, and it seemed like as they walked, it was really hard to see them leave, as like her hair just matched the leaves and her like body matched some of the trees that she was walking into, and it became a strange double effect of seeing the nature that was there versus seeing the body that was representing her, until you couldn't tell them apart anymore. And you wake up. Is there anything you'd want to look for here?
I think I would take just a quick, leisurely walk around with the knowledge that if I need to find something, I will find it here. So actively looking for it, I think, is not the way to go here. So it would just be if there is something here that will aid me that I need, then it will make its appearance to me.
Nice. As you wander, it seems this place is looping back in on itself, but also expanding. You can see horizons that have other things, but they seem to have deemed themselves not necessary for you to find. And each time you loop back, you're almost assured you have what you need. But at the same time, part of leaving safety is asking why you would. And I think every time your eye sees that horizon and sees there's so much more that could be safe, it has that twinge of, well, why would I leave? Which is the danger of finding anywhere safe in a time of trouble. It might not be where you need to be, but definitely somewhere people would want to be.
She absolutely feels that ache of, this is a lovely place, and I feel better than I have in days, and more rested than I have in my entire life. And there is that twinge of sadness of, I don't know if I will ever experience this again or see this place again, but it is absolutely beautiful. And there is part of her motivation, aside from the serious motivation of, we have a job to do and we're gonna go do it, is a twinge of excitement at getting to write about this place. Even the secrecy of it is incredibly important, so it wouldn't be something for like publishing, but just for her to have. And she will picture her room, or Alexander's room, which she took over, and will go back.
You wake up back in bed the next morning as though you were never gone. The only difference you see is that the sun is up, the shadow no longer extending from the wall, and sitting in a chair asleep against the door is Alexander, holding some sort of like sharp metal object. Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a blanket, put it on him. I hope I don't wake him up, but just...
Oh, you definitely wake him up.
Oh no.
As soon as like the blanket touches him, he like jumps up and starts like flailing his object around. Oh.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, it was. Oh, okay, so I was completely gone. Okay.
Yeah, I thought someone kidnapped you. And I was waiting for them to come back to the scene of the crime, and I was going to attack them and ask where you went.
No, I was. I secured our spot for where people from the tower can go without falling to their deaths.
Mm. See, when you say stuff like that, it really wants, like, I really want to support you in, like, your decisions and your choices and all that. But then also you don't tell me you're going to do stuff like that and you go missing for a night. And that gap between first and third is getting really narrow. Like, you might be like fifth by the end of all this.
Fifth?
You know? Hey,
Fifth?
the other 4 guys are really cool.
Fifth?
Hey, that still puts you over one of them because second has to remain empty. So it'll go like Josh, no one, Zach, Daniel. Who would rank higher than you?
No. No one. None
Probably
of them.
Andy, and then Odette.
No. None of them are going to rank higher, okay?
Hey, we'll see, okay?
Do you know where I went? I went to recover from all my terrible injuries.
You know where you went? Missing.
Yeah, but that was part of the importance of it, because I had to declare myself lost.
Yeah, and you know who you could have said, hey, I'm feeling pretty lost right now? Your best friend.
You didn't
I know
hear
there's
that?
no competition on my end. I know I'm number 1 no matter what.
Okay, rude. I know the gods.
Yeah, and that's bad. You have not felt good about that. So if you want to say that the gods outrank me, I know you're lying. So,
Andy?
anyway.
Really, Andy?
Hey, I've been sleeping in this chair. I'm going to go lay down.
Go lay down.
And he makes his way to your old bed, his current bed, and falls asleep for the rest of the remaining morning hours.
I'll, like, make breakfast. It's like a...
Yeah. Maybe fourth.
Okay. But what about saving the people of the tower? I think that will help a lot.
Maybe third.
How dare you?
Hey, Zach and Josh are just really cool. Well, actually, I guess if you're third, you're only outranked by 1.
That's true.
Yeah. So you're ready to set out?
I don't know if I will ever be ready for this, but I think we're as prepared as we can be. I'm no longer cursed, which is great.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So that I feel less existential dread going into this and more just like regular dread going into this.
And we're used to regular dread.
We are.
So.
We've been dealing with it since the beginning. So.
Yeah. Yay, dread.
Yeah. We can do this.
Have you met dread? Do they exist?
I hope not. I mean, if the god of music is dead, I think I'd be pretty sad.
God of music is dead?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
I just found that out very recently, and it was very sad.
Permission to say what the first thought that came into my mind was?
If you're careful about your wording, because I have a feeling I know where this is gonna go.
I'm surprised somebody didn't keep them alive.
Wow.
I didn't say who. I didn't say who.
I just have to say that I'm pretty sure that this one died before I was born, because that would have been a lot of worship on my end.
Yeah, I feel like you probably would have noticed if you woke up one day and like your songs were different or something.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. See, so it wasn't even about you.
Yes.
So
for
it's
once.
fine.
Oh my gosh, thank goodness something's not my fault. That's great.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Okay, let's eat.
Let's
eat. Then we're going to set out.
Yeah, yes.
And next time, we'll set out. See ya, everyone.
Just where it was needed.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna do this as an outtake. Can you just give me yes, it does one more time?
Yes, it does. I can't. Gosh dang it, Sean.
I'm sorry, I thought I was ready.
You're the one who said that just because you're all limbs doesn't mean you can't succeed.
I know.
You're the one who presented this to me.
I'm aware of what I said. However, you then, it was just, he went deadpan. Yes, it does. Like, not even in character. That was just Abby going, no, I disagree. That's wrong. Okay.
It was in character. She's a little over it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Take 3.